Once you create your first project and drop into the project environment, it might seem a bit overwhelming at first because there are enormous number of options on what you're looking at. What you end up looking at is a map. There's a relationship part of the map and a profile part of the map. The individual elements that you create the relationship map with are all on this part, and you provide a description on this part. And this is the title that you supplied when Kumu asked you to provide a title for your first map. In this environment, there's this project that I created is actually called Kumu environment. There's a set of menu options here. There's a set of menu options here for sharing. There's a set of settings here for global changes that you can make. There's a menu here to get to a whole set of submenus, which is the same as the attributes menu up here. It just drops you into this panel from a different place. And these are all tools that you use either when you're creating relationship maps or decorating them or doing analysis or interacting with them. This button down the lower right hand corner will get you back to your profile page if you want to update it, and this is to do imports if you're going to import data from a spreadsheet or a JSON file. So not to be overwhelmed, we're going to talk about all of these different segments in detail, but at this point simply be aware that there are a lot of segments that are available to use for the things that you're going to create. The part that's I found extremely powerful but not obvious is that in a Kumu account, you can have public projects or private projects. When you have a project can have one or more maps and one or more perspectives. So while this is a map, the environment map, and this is the relationship definition of the environment, and here is a description, there are actually more maps in this project, which were created for different reasons. Here's a causal loop map that's in the same project, and it's decorated differently because the perspective is different. So when you look here, there are perspectives, and you can have multiple perspectives. Perspectives are the way that are what defines the way that the relationship map appears in terms of its decoration. So this particular project has 4 different perspectives, and 8 different maps. Some of the perspectives are used with multiple maps, and as we talk about projects, maps, and perspectives, we'll talk about them in detail. At this point, I simply want you to realize that while you end up in a single map environment, there's more to it than that, so that you can have multiple maps and multiple perspectives, though the data items that you create can actually appear on multiple maps. Imagine that you're looking at several different views of the same thing through different colored glasses or something, so that the things look differently, though the same data is consistent from one map to another. You don't have to have the same things on all the different maps. It's a choice. And then in addition to that, you can identify up here, you can manage members, you can give other people access to edit your maps, you can give them ability to see maps if they're private. You have the option to create discussions so that connected to a project, you can create one or more discussions so that people can, when they interact with your project and they have thoughts about it, you can capture their comments in the project itself. And there's also an option to develop a presentation from the project so that rather than have them interact directly with the project, you unfold aspects of the project in the manner that you want to present it to them to present a meaningful story. So it's an extremely powerful environment, and we'll sort of go into all of these various and sundry aspects in a manner which I hope you will find makes sense and isn't actually overwhelming. So that's a quick view of the environment, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Oh, this is also a part of the Kumu overview, the environment piece, and there'll be a link to this in the notes section of the video. Bye.